He's a WWE producer slash WWE veteran.
You're a 3-time WWE Tag Team champion.
He's a former WWE Cruiserweight champion. She's a broadcast personality, a former member of the Nexus. He's a 4-time Emmy-winning TV host.
Canadian Wrestling Hall of Famer. She's an ACW Women's Champion, and she is the daughter of the late, great British Bulldog. Winner of WWE's Cruiserweight Classic.
TJ Black from Ring of Honor, from TJP, aka TJ Perkins, Georgia Smith, Darren Young, Arnold, Ariel Blake,
Chris Van Vliet,
Wrestling Classic, aka Justin Dillon.
Please welcome Tyson Kidd, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of DropKick Podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us. He is one of the fastest rising superstars in the world today.
He's a 2-time 5-star pro wrestling champion.
You've seen him on AEW Dynamite. You've seen him on AEW Dark alongside Brian Pillman Jr. Please help me welcome the man himself, Griff Garrison. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here on the DropKick Podcast with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for coming on, man. It's an absolute honor because throughout the pandemic, it seems like you've been doing very well for yourself by being featured on AEW Dynamite, a lot on AEW Dark. So how does it feel for you doing some amazing things throughout the pandemic? Would you consider 2020 to maybe be a blessing in disguise for your career?
Definitely. When this whole COVID thing hit, it started shutting down like all these local indie shows that I was doing, and I didn't know where I was going to go from there because it was just really just that. And Ring of Honor stopped because I was doing Ring of Honor at the time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just get a call from my agent, and he's like, "Hey, you're going to Jacksonville to do AEW next week." And I was wow, like I can't even put into words like what was going through my head because I was just like it was just crazy. And then I got down there, and it was just like I was so nervous, but like everybody was so nice when I got there. It was like almost surprising because like all those guys are like they're so big in the sport of pro wrestling, and like
absolutely, man.
They're so well known, and I'm like I see these guys all over my social media, and I'm just like wow, like I expected them to like big time me, and I got there and it was just like everybody was just so cool, so friendly, so nice, so polite, and it was really cool, man. It was a lot of fun. So
absolutely,
yeah, being able to do that being able to like wrestle for AEW during this whole pandemic, man, it really has been a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely, man. It's been great, seeing you perform on such a high level. But how is it like meeting Michael Phelps when he came out to one of your indie shows a while back? What was your reaction to that?
That was crazy. Like I didn't know for sure he was coming, but like people were like, there were rumors like going around. Like people were like, oh, you know who might come? Like Phelps might come. And then like somehow he ended up being in the main event. He like hit one of the guys with a chair and stuff. But no, having him there, and he actually started a Griff chant, by the way. Like during our match,
really?
I had a 6-man match, and I was wearing trunks that had just Griff on the back, like plain trunks. And I guess he liked me, and he just started the chant. He was like Griff, 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 Griff. So like that was really cool.
That's crazy, man.
Really cool.
What was your reaction to that? Just completely out of nowhere.
I totally just kind of like didn't even pay attention to the match for about 30 seconds. Kind of turned around and I was like, Michael Phelps is like, I like fangirled a little bit because like I love Phelps.
Oh, 100%. Man, he's a man.
But after the matches and everything, after the show, he came back there. He was really, really nice, great dude. He came back there and was talking to everybody, took pictures with everybody, took a couple drinks with us. So that was really cool. That was a very memorable moment in my life.
Absolutely, man. It's great, man. So,
oh yeah, it's dope.
So we had a fan recently. She wanted to ask a question. What was your favorite match of yours and why?
I had a really good match. It was right before I hurt myself, though. It was in 2018 with Austin Theory. It was whenever I won my first 5-star pro wrestling championship. Because the only reason it was because that was my first match where I was like, oh, like it kind of clicked. Like everything I just kind of and it just kind of clicked. And it was like a really cool moment for me because like he's so good and he's so talented and he made me look so good in that match. I just like that's always the first one that pops to mind. Like when someone asks me like, "Hey, what's your favorite match?" Like, "Hey," like that sort of thing. So him for sure. Him for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy because things come so full circle. Because now you're wrestling on Wednesday nights with AEW. He's wrestling on Wednesday nights with NXT. It's crazy how things in the wrestling business come so full circle, man.
Oh, I know, and that's back when I had like short hair and everything, and now.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, but I'd say one of your most notable moments in All Elite Wrestling was on Wednesday Night Dynamite. You had a match against MJF. Now, a lot of people who saw the match would probably agree that MJF was very aggressive and some would say disrespectful. Would you say you have your eyes set on revenge? Like, would you say a rematch with MJF? Would you say that's a personal goal of yours?
That is a personal goal. I would love to shut him up. He runs his mouth every week. Yeah, but it did, however, feel really, really good when I bopped the microphone in his face and got a deep.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, man.
I thought it was going to be 3, but.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was your first match on Dynamite, correct?
First match on, yes, that was the
exactly. Because I remember watching that. I'm like, you stood out to me because normally if someone's first debut match, they're just gonna take the promo from whoever the star is that they're facing. Yeah. But you stepped up, man. You stepped up. Yeah. You showed them what you were about, and I would love to see the rematch, man. I think you could do it very well.
Oh yeah, I could hang with him. He just caught me off guard in the beginning. He just caught me off guard. I just wasn't ready for it.
Absolutely, for sure. But switching gears here a little bit, on our podcast, we really like to tap into mental health because it's something that a lot of people struggle with on the daily. So if you're comfortable sharing with us, of course, have you struggled with your mental health? And what advice would you give to the people watching who could be struggling?
I guess, like, when it comes to mental health, I haven't had too many problems. Like, yeah, there's been some times here and there where I've had a few issues where I, like, just thought I wasn't good enough. Like, I about quit wrestling one time because I was just so, like, in my head about everything. Like, I was like, it sucks. Like, I just feel like I'm never going to make it. And, like, my partner's the same way. I actually have a partner. His name's Marcus Cross. He's actually injured right now. He tore his ACL and meniscus. And so he's kind of in that state. Like, he's debated, like, quitting a few times. And, like, I've just tried to, like, get his head back in the game and stuff. But, like, when it comes to mental health, like, that's a serious thing. And, like, it could lead to, like, much worse. So, like, yeah. I've definitely been there once or twice, but mainly like my friends have had it, like I said, like he has, and like seeing it firsthand is like it's really like eye opening.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because like I'll be honest, I didn't think it was like that big of a deal until I had one friend who's like a family member passed away in his family. Like I saw him like go from this to like just down here, like rock bottom, and like it was real, man. Like it was scary, and so like we actually got really close from that. So we became really good friends from that, and he actually lives in my neighborhood now, so I get to see him almost on the daily. Yeah. And then mental illness is a real thing, like that should be taken. That should be taken seriously.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, and I think like especially like 2020 has been like such a. It's been a very tough year for a lot of people, especially in the wrestling business, because, you know, unfortunately we had the passing of Shad Gaspard, where I feel like a lot of people were affected by that. And then Hana Kimura down in Japan actually committed suicide. That was around the time we started the podcast, and we really felt we wanted to add mental health here because we realized it is something a lot of people struggle with. And as a professional wrestler, I'm curious, especially in a business like this where the fan base can be like so toxic. I'm sure you've gotten your fair share of like hate and rude comments on social media. How do you deal with that?
I always thought I was going to be really good at it. Like I always thought like, yeah, like if I ever make it like to the big stage, and like, of course people are going to not like me. Some people will, some people won't. But like, I kind of have just learned to brush it off. But like when I first got there, I thought like after I had my first dark match with like Jimmy and Lance, like after I had those first two, I thought everybody would kind of like, oh, okay, this kid's not bad. This kid's, you know, he's okay. But like I saw like two or three tweets that I just won't repeat what they said, and I'm just like, wow, like how do you like I thought I could deal with this, and then it was just like, they shut me up. They put me in my place. So like, since then it's gotten a little better. I just kind of pushed it to the side. But no, man, when I first started, like when people first saw me and like all those things started coming in, especially like after I had that match with MJF on Dynamite, that's when majority of people started noticing me and seeing me. Like I had a lot of really, really positive comments, but it was like 2 or 3 that were just absolutely awful.
They get to you, right?
They get to you, man, 100%.
It really did, because I was like, I thought I did good. I thought I did everything, okay and everything. But like, yeah, those 2 or 3 comments, man, they tore me up. So.
Oh, it's crazy because you'll see so many wrestlers, and not even in the wrestling business, just in general. If you're in the public eye, so you'll see countless interviews of people saying like what you just said right now. So many positive comments. For a lot of people, those 2 or 3 negative comments, they'll stick with you, man.
Yeah.
I think it's another thing. It's just people trying to get attention, just trying to poke at you.
Definitely.
For sure, yeah.
Like,
I've also learned to just kind of just shake it off and put it to the side as best as I can. But
definitely. Like towards like once you hit your peak in like wrestling and stuff, you'll be so used to it. And that's one thing a lot of people also got to understand. Like for all the people watching, at first, especially if you're going to break into wrestling or anything in the public eye, you will get a lot of positive comments, and those 2 or 3 comments might just stick out to you and bug you all the time. But eventually, you get used to coping with it. And that's actually something that PJ Black said on our first episode of our podcast, that he came in with a bit of a thinner skin, but then he realized as he progressed in wrestling, he got that thicker skin. I think a lot of us can do that, because I feel like it's also a point in time for mental health where we haven't been in this situation before, where you're on social media and people can say anything to you.
It's a different time period, man.
Yeah, they can say anything, but it's funny because 99% of those people, if they were to get in front of your face, like if you were to in front of your face, they would run for miles. They turn around and run.
Exactly. And that's why you can't take it seriously, because 9 times out of 10 it's some dorky kid in his mom's basement. I'm just gonna say it.
It's either that or like a 45-year-old dude in his mom's basement. That's all he does,
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely can't let it get to you, man.
Absolutely.
But I definitely have added a layer of skin, like a thickness of skin, since I first started AEW. I can already tell. So.
Man. It's only gonna get worse, because here's the thing: if you're not pissing people off, then you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like that's a saying. That's a saying I've heard like a bunch of times. And like
especially in this day and age, we look at the top of our business. John Cena when he was on top, Roman Reigns when he was on top, Seth Rollins last year. The amount of hate. But the thing is, once you're at that level, you've got a much more thick skin. So
100%.
Oh yeah, like I never understood the hate with Roman. Like now that you bring Roman up, like he is so good, it's not even funny. And like
100%,
the hate that he got was just so blown out of proportion and just so unnecessary. Like it got to me. I can only imagine. Like he probably takes it off like it's nothing, because he probably gets it all the time. But like I was like, damn, like. Chill, like he's a lot better than you're giving him credit for.
Oh, right? Absolutely,
man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But switching gears here a little bit, on AEW Dark, you've been teaming with Brian Pillman Jr. But as a fan, I'm curious: are you guys trying to consider bringing back the Hollywood Tag Team name, or what's going on with that?
He actually called me today about it. We're actually in the process of like coming up with gear, coming up with a name. We have 2 or 3 ideas, but I won't give it away right now on here. But Hollywood Blondes, that was his dad's thing, so we're not really gonna go Hollywood Blondes. We might keep the blonde blonde persona or whatever and rock with that. But we're still coming up with it. But a funny story, like we were sitting ringside for Dynamite, and he just came and sat by me, and then the camera was just going and going and going, and then it got to us, and then we got the red light. And he was looking beside me, or he was standing beside me, and he started like playing with his hair and playing with my hair and doing this. And I just
I think I noticed that.
I was like, I'm getting TV time. What? Yeah.
Just give it to me.
Yeah, give me all the TV time. And so after that, like I watch the match, I get on my phone, check Twitter, and it's just spinning, blowing.
People are blowing up, man.
Dude, Griff Garrison, they're gonna be the Hollywood Blondes or whatever. But we're with names. We got 2 or 3 that we're still deciding on, but it should be relatively soon.
Man,
that's great, man.
It's crazy the things that catch up on social media and wrestling, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for sure. So is the plan for you guys, like, are you guys planning on like coming up to Dynamite together as a team, like going into the tag team division?
Oh, absolutely.
You guys have your eyes set on those AEW Tag Team Championships?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Man.
I don't know if you guys saw, but we actually already had a taste of FTR, and we hung with them pretty good. So I would definitely would like to have a rematch with them for the goal too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely, man. You guys are only going to get better and better, man. This is just the beginning. But yeah.
I mean, what is it? If FTR is watching this, what do you got to say to them?
Yeah.
Cash, Dax, bring it on, man. We'll fight y'all anytime, anywhere, man. Hey, bring those belts, man. Shine them up real nice.
You heard it here first, man. Griff Garrison is challenging you guys.
Let's do it.
Any you want it.
Garrison and Pillman want a shot at the AEW Tag Team Championships. But speaking of championships, if we move on to the singles championships in AEW quickly, recently Cody Rhodes won the TNT Championship for a second time against Brody Lee in a fantastic match.
Oh,
it was amazing, right? We all know that Cody Rhodes does a TNT Championship Open Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your eyes set on the TNT Championship by any chance? Like, what are the chances of Griff Garrison answering a Cody Rhodes Open Challenge?
Also, I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that the TNT title is it's a pretty belt, and it definitely has caught my eye. So who knows? We might be seeing Griff versus Cody sooner than you guys think.
I'm so down for that.
Well, let's hit you with the old thing we just did for FTR. If Cody's watching this, what do you got to say, man?
Cody, look, man. I'm looking right in the camera. I've looked up to you for so long. To be able to get in the ring with you and take that TNT title from you would be so sweet, man. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
You know what to do.
Make it happen. Cody, you're a fighting champion. Let's make it happen on Dynamite, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But speaking of the championships, but moving on to the main stage, which is AEW Dynamite. How long before we see Griff Garrison on AEW Dynamite?
That's a great question. Soon. I'll say soon. Like I said, there's stuff that's in the works that I can't just say quite yet, but very, very soon. You'll see me up there very soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And once again, we said you're one of the fastest rising stars. You're on the come up in professional wrestling, which means a lot of people know you, but a lot of people might be new to you. So for those people that don't know much about Griff Garrison, is there anything left about yourself that you would like to let them know?
I eat steak every day, medium rare. Honestly, that's a weird fact about me. I used to like it well done, and I tried medium rare one time. I loved it.
Better. It's better. I usually eat it at medium. I feel like it's a lot better when it's not fully cooked. My mom likes eating them well done too. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
I used to, man, but it's too hard for me, man. I like it, the red and juiciness, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You got way more flavor that way, for sure.
Absolutely. Get salty up in here for that. But we like to ask one final question. What is the next chapter for Griff Garrison?
Continue on the path I'm on, man. Like I said earlier, I was very, very blessed to receive this AEW opportunity.
Absolutely, man.
So just keep getting more wins there. Keep moving up the ranks. Like I said, Cody, if you're watching this, let me take that TNT title from you. FTR, if you're watching this, let me and Pillman take those tag team titles from you. We're not scared. We're not scared. So just climb those AEW ranks, man, and just be at the top of that company for a long time.
Exactly, man. Climbing those ranks. We've called out FTR, Cody Rhodes, and MJF. I hope you're all watching this.
I hope
Garrison's on the rise, man. Absolutely, man. But that wraps up the questions. We do like to end things off with a quick game. So basically, we're going to list off 10 names for you, and you can use one word or one sentence to describe each of them.
Okay, one word or one sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so the first name is Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
He has great hair, and he's a fantastic wrestler.
100%. 100%. Brian Pillman Jr.
I call him Big Man, so I'll just say that. What's up, Big Man?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Okay. Colt Cabana.
Boom, boom.
Absolutely. Ricky Starks.
He's pretty. Very pretty dude. Very
Lance Archer.
Intimidating.
Yeah, he's a big dude too. Oh man. But Cody Rhodes.
Idol.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks.
The best. Tied for first best tag team in the world with FTR.
100%. Kenny Omega.
Best of all time as of right now in this era.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Definitely. He's very good. Sammy Guevara.
My boy. He's my boy. That's my boy.
Absolutely. Lastly, Salt of the Earth, MJF.
Prick.
Absolutely, man. We thank you so much for joining. Where can everybody find you on social media?
If you want to find me on Instagram, at Griff Garrison, or on Twitter, at Griff Garrison1. Also, I have a TikTok. If you want to follow me on that, at Griff Garrison as well.
Yeah, everybody check him out. Go follow his TikTok, man. TikTok's like
follow
addicting, man.
Absolutely.
Go like my WAP dance.
You heard it here. Go
you guys
like
heard it here. Do it.
WAP dance. Yeah, thank you so much for joining, man, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Man. Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah. Thank you, man.